Bienvenidos a la entrevista con Expo. En esta ocasión tengo el gusto de entrevistar a Martin Neureiter de Austria. What about CSR Company? Could you tell us about your enterprise, your company?
Happy to do so. CSR Company International, as it's called now, it used to be only founded on the kitchen table in my house in Vienna. It developed into an international business with 4 continents, 43 countries that we are working in. The reason why that was possible was that the topic of CSR is becoming a globally relevant subject, and companies all over the world have to do social responsibility in some way. And if they want to do it in a professional way, they come to us, and we try to support them in their journey, because CSR is not something you tick a box and you achieve it. It is a journey that you do with your business to develop good relationships with your stakeholders, to act responsible in the way how you produce your products, in the way how you address societal issues, environmental issues, etc. And do not forget about earning money, because CSR is not charity, is not philanthropy, is not sponsoring some event or something. It is the issue of how do I do my day-to-day business and address the impacts that I have as a business through my activities, be it positive or negative. How can I enhance the positive effects, and how can I reduce or mitigate the negative impacts I have? And that's where we come in as a specialized, I call it boutique consultancy company. And in the meantime, I believe, I don't have scientific proof for it, but I believe we are the largest such kind of consultancy globally. Yeah.
So Martin, maybe to have 43 countries, colleagues and work in there, it's about, I believe you have a mature know-how. How do you apply your knowledge in that way?
How did I get my knowledge is through practice. I had probably the luck to have one of my first clients was a mining company, a big Canadian mining company looking for gold in Romania. And this project had so many different angles and facets and problems and layers of problems, etc. And the CEO of that company trusted in me and said, Martin, you will manage this for us. And I had the position of a so-called vice president for CSR. And I had a budget and a team to work with. And the good thing was, we could make mistakes because we were learning on the journey. And the CEO said, okay, then let's try something else. It wasn't like, okay, you did something wrong, out, we get somebody else. It was a very trust-related relationship I had with that person, and it allowed me for 4.5 years to get that project actually going. And it was the best learning exercise at all. Plus, I then also became chair within the ISO, the International Standards Organization, in developing this new thing, the ISO 26000 standard on social responsibility, which gave me a kind of global platform to, from a local Austrian consultant, as I mentioned, on the kitchen table with my laptop, to a globally seen and recognized figure. And in the meantime, we work with big companies like Marks & Spencer from the UK, a global retailer. We work with Siemens. We work with the state of Qatar for the Football World Cup 2022. We work with Nordea, one of the largest, or actually the largest bank in Scandinavia, all different areas and industries. So in my evening prayers, I always thank ISO for giving me this opportunity and platform to be visible for.
Okay, great. Martin, what about your experience, your view of the world? about the state of art in CSR. You tell us about it's not charity. Here in Mexico, we saw new charges about the CSO, Corporate Sustainability Officer. How's the world in this way?
Well, the world is still very much thinking of CSR as a charity philanthropic activity, and it's very often located in either the communications department or the marketing department, etc. That's actually not where it should be, because it's very outward orientated. I want to show to the stakeholders, to the society, to the media, what a good guy I am, and I support this and this activity. It's not addressed to the inside. How do I actually produce my products? How do I produce my services? Do I squeeze my employees to the last, don't pay overtime, etc. I dump my chemical wastes in the backyard without complying with the legal legislation. So I can do all these great things outside, but it doesn't tell me anything on how did I make that money that I'm putting on the check to support some maybe very good cause. So what we call, to differentiate that, we call that strategic CSR. It is strategic to the business to be successful and sustainable in the future, rather than the CSR that is still understood also in Mexico as a charity activity.
Correct. You are here in Mexico because you are developed some auditors on ISO 26000.
Yeah.
What about that?
Okay, I mean, I cannot be everywhere, and ISO cannot be everywhere. So we need people on the ground who have the knowledge and the understanding of CSR as this strategic approach, and how to implement and to audit companies if they are following the guidance and the rules that ISO 26000 has set out. And to train these people, I'm here to set up a first bunch of auditors who will be then able to support and look at Mexican companies, how they are doing strategic CSR in an appropriate manner.
Great, Martin. Welcome, Mexico.
Thank you very much for having me.
See you soon.
I'm pretty sure about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.